I ain't want this one. Let me see. Drag here. Okay. There you go. There you go. Yizzo. Oh, y'all can see my bucket. Let's see here. I left my I gotta get my other thing. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm waiting for somebody to come in, guys. I just wanted to come in and I wanted to talk about real fast. I ain't gonna hold you long. This is Mental Health Awareness Month, October. Not mental health. I'm sorry. Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and I wanted to share a few things. Um, First of all, health is wealth. Grand Rising. I'm not sponsored for this here, but guys, this, this, and this, I show you guys this all the time. It's a game changer. This is really a game changer. These two things right here. So yeah, health is wealth, as we know that to be. Also, mental illness. I just take a half a dropper. That's all you need. So mental illness, guys, is rapidly increasing, which has always been um, since forever, because nothing is new under the sun. But usually, mental illness is a demonic spirit. Not usually, that's what they say. And I read demons. Demons is in. I think if it's in Ephesians, it speaks about it. I don't want to. I want to be correct. I'm not a Bible thumper, but I don't know the addresses, but I do know some stuff. Um, and I know that mental illness is a demon. It is a demonic spirit. That it is. And the things that's going on in this world is like unbelievable. I'm 55 and I never thought that I would see what's going on here now. Here in where I was born and raised at in Philadelphia, there's a lot of crime. There's a lot of crime all over, but um, I think in some places it's more than usual, you know? And I think we're in the top rank of uh, dysfunction, uh, vandalism, all type of craziness. There's a lot of trafficking going on here. Kids is being, they are disappearing, as we speak, more than likely. I remember in the 80s when kids were being taken, and we would watch on the news about the guy that was in Atlanta that was, getting kids and killing them and things like that. And we would all sit around as children and be like, dang, we wonder if somebody here would do that, or if he would come from Atlanta and come here and, do that to us. And I think I was probably around 11 or 12 or something like that. But I say that to say that was really frightening to me as a kid or my friends as a kid. I could imagine how the children feel today. Um, it's so many war on everything. It's a war on drugs, war on guns, war on blacks, a war on people. But the spiritual war, the spiritual war is the biggest one, right? Because humans are humans themselves, but energy is what we exhume or comes off of us or is magnetic or it attaches on. Spirits are the same thing. A lot of times or all the time, it's not the people that's doing the things, it's that demonic spirit that's that gets into you, just like a susceptible host when you were transferring germs and diseases and viruses and stuff like that. That's a energy as well, you know. um Once we start looking at things in that aspect, we'll kind of understand things a little better. uh Kada Scott went missing on October 3rd. I did a video on Kada Scott, and the story is very dear to me, and it's so heart disheartening. Um, when I look at the children or young youth today, and I reflect back on to the things I did as a young adult, coming up, you know, trying to find my way in life, um, trying to be me, but also catering to be what other people wanted me to be as well. So with that being said, we try different things, we do different things, but the choices we make really determines our life and which direction we going to go. So we have to take back and step back, and we have to take and tell our children that and instill that in them as they are younger. So when they become to be older, they're kind of not making any mistakes, but they have that in their toolbox, which you shared with them. So I've done some things in my time. I wasn't a degenerate, but I was hard headed, if you will. And young people, they sneak and do a lot of things and so forth and so on. But it's a sad situation because Kato was a graduate from Penn State. Um, the city of Philadelphia adopted her as her being a part of our family because it feels like that she's a part of a person that I've known, and I've just got acquainted with the story on October I think 11th. I didn't follow it from the beginning, but I say that to say, Kata disappeared from going to work. She was a worker. She was a entrepreneur. Um, she modeled. She had her own brand that she was building. She was a esthetician, and she was a pretty girl. She's a pretty girl, and she won the pageant for Miss Philadelphia in March. So this Keon King guy, he's 21, and he's from that neighborhood, which that's Chestnut Hill. That's the East Mount Airy, Germantown area. But it's a little further up than Germantown. It's up there on the way to Montgomery County, which is going like to Cheltenham, like towards where Bill Cosby lived, around the 611 interstate or route interstate or whatever, if you will. And it's very, very nice up in that neighborhood. When I was a child, when I was young, it was just a whole bunch of. If this was the other, the other nationalities. If African Americans lived up there, you was the bomb. You was the bomb. You hear what I'm saying? So a lot of Jewish, a lot of Italians. You didn't see us. We were like flies in milk up in that area. So it's not, when I say that to say, it's not a lot of crime. It's not a lot of traffic. Is no poppy stores or no corner stores and things like that. Where's people hanging around and stuff of that nature. A lot of trees and flowers and things like that. It's beautiful. So she worked at the Chestnut Hill Nursing Home. Um, it was called something Chestnut Terrace, I think. And she was there for 2 weeks. She had she was working night shift. She was probably a CNA, a CNA. Because when you graduate from college, even with your college degree, guys, for the younger people that's on here, when you graduate from college, you have to have experience for anybody to hire you for you to do your major. So you don't just start off with your major. You got to get experience, even though you do your externship almost maybe 6 months before you graduate from whichever major that you're taking. I say that to say because I am a college graduate. Um, so you got to start small, and she was doing that, but she did her side hustles. But a friend of mine's or somebody that I grew up with worked with her at one of those rehab centers. So she was at a rehab center working before she even came to that nursing home. She was only there for 2 weeks. So the murderer suspect, because you innocent until proven guilty, but he's going to be proven guilty. And I am going to go to the hearing. I'm going to be there. And I'm going to report that live because this means a lot. This is really ridiculous. It just don't make no sense how they drop the ball and how people that don't do anything or a little bit of something, because everything is when trouble is trouble. You know, it's a little bit big or small. We all did crime. I mean, we all sin. We fall short. But I say that to say that I've been in trouble, and if the person didn't show up, Commonwealth picked it up. Yeah, I'ma say it. I'ma say it. So with that being said, it's bull shit that that girl was not protected like she was supposed to be protected. It don't make no sense. The DA, the mayor here in Philadelphia is bullshit. They are really bullshit. So the killer, his dad, Iller, I'm sorry, his dad is a detective for homicide for the police department of Philadelphia. Of the suspect that murdered Kada Scott. Kada Scott is 23 years old from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, that lived in a nicer part of Philadelphia. Keon King is the suspect, um, along with two other people that was involved. Um, she was missing for 18 days. Um, she was taken from her job. She went to work at 10 o'clock, and as soon as she got there, 10:20, she was leaving. She didn't leave. She was called. She was on the phone before she actually, it was said before she entered the job. She was on the phone, uh, I guess arguing with somebody or whatever. And she had said to the person she was on the phone with, "I don't believe you calling me about this," was what was said. So she entered, clocked in, and then 20 minutes afterwards, she left out. She didn't clock out. She just left out. So when she leaves out, the car is waiting for her on the side of the building. She didn't go out the front. She went out the side of the building. Keon was out there waiting, but the text came through of the call that they were texting back forth to each other. They only text each other back and forth from September 28th up until October 3rd. October 3rd was when he stole a car from up there where he lived at, and that was the car that he picked her up from the job with, and he shot her. He shot her, left her in the car for a day, and then after that day, he had went all over the city. I did the video, so follow the video on there to tell you the information about Kada Scott. They do have the suspect in custody. He's been charged with 20 charges, but it's more than just him that's involved. I believe it comes from the higher ups. I believe his dad had something to do with it because he works for the police department. He's a detective of the police for homicide. This boy Keon kidnapped and tried to, well, not tried to. Well, I would just say he had a alleged attempted murder because he tried to strangle another woman, and he was arrested in January, and he posted bail. He posted bail for $20,000. I think his bail was $200,000. So he got out for $20,000 bail, $20,000 bail, because it's 10% or whatever it is. Um, so he got out, and he never returned back to court. Uh, the defendant of the case that he did the crimes to, she didn't come to court either. She was afraid to come to court, so they threw the case out. You can't throw out a strangulation case and a kidnapping case. Who the hell throws out that in the Commonwealth or whoever the state is that you live in don't pick the case up? It's no way in the world that you would take and somebody strangled and they took and tried to jump somebody's fence, and then they done it to 3-4 people and they can just walk. So that goes to show you that it's somebody else that's in on top of this that come all the way from the top, from the mayor, and I'm not even gonna say the mayor. I'm gonna say the governor of Pennsylvania, because they are in charge of the Commonwealth. They let that boy go, and that girl took this girl's life, and she had a whole lot of things in front of her. She didn't come from a bad neighborhood or anything like that, but he comes from a good family. He comes from his mom and dad from a two household. His mom is the research director of Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, and his dad is a homicide detective. Do the math, and more than likely they are sorority people. They are boule. They are boule. And boule is not only on a high level, it's on a low level too. So you got to be careful, guys. You got to stay woke, pay attention. You got to watch what's going on with people that you come in contact with, especially at this day and time, and especially if they new people that you don't know. And they don't even got to be new people. They can be old people. You got to watch what people say indirectly, because people say what they want to say, but they hide behind this facade. So you got to pray and ask for discernment, so you can know who's what or who's not. I don't listen to what people say. I listen, I hear, I pay attention, right? But I watch behavior. You got to watch people's behavior, because behavior, you can't hide that. It's involuntary. Anything that's involuntary is the real thing. Voluntary is something that you're trying to do. You're trying to put on. But when you let your guard down and you get relaxed, that's it. That's when people show you who they are. Maya Angelou say, if people show you who they are, believe it the first time. Don't wait 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Don't do that. Don't do that. So I am going to do follow up on this story, because it means, and I don't really tap into stuff like this, but I really think to shed light, because I've been in domestic violence. I just was in domestic violence just 2 years ago for my husband, and all through my life. So as an empath, I consider myself as, I guess, and the lower of a vibration that you have within you and how you feel about yourself is who the people that you're going to attract. And that's just facts. If you don't feel good about you and you think of you in a certain way, you're going to attract, you're going to magnet that kind of spirit, you know? So, Kada was young. She was naive in a sense. She was bubbly. She was happy-go-lucky like me, because I'm happy-go-lucky. I love happy. I don't even want to be around nobody that's not smiling. And I know you can't smile all the time and be happy all the time, because that comes in moments. But I don't want to be around nobody that's not going to make me kiki or nothing like that. Because if I ain't getting no goosebumps or no chills from you, then I'm good. I'm good. But this month is Domestic Violence Month. And for all the people that's been through domestic violence. I'm a domestic violence survivor. I've been in domestic violence since I was a teenager, being stalked after you separate from a person. So the flags that you got to pick up when you meet people, because the way you start is the way you finish. So if people try to be nice to you upon just not being opposed to being just the regular nice and kind that you're supposed to be and show people. But a person is trying to, they just meeting you and they giving you this and they giving this and you want this and that. That's not a good thing. That's called love bombing. Love bombing. You meet a person and you telling them your story and you telling them that you had, oh yeah, well my mom died or my dad died and I feel this way, this way. You telling people all your stuff when you first meet them. They lining you up to know what to do to get in. So once they get in, then they start to act differently. So that's the whole point. People give you red flags all the time. We just ignore the red flags because we think that we either tripping or we reaching too much or no, I can change them. They cute, they nice, they got money. Shoot, they drive a nice car. I can fix them up. That little bit of stuff they just showed me, that ain't nothing. I can fix that. Then you take and create a whole lot of problems. So see, the thing about it is people like people for what they can do. They don't like people for who they are, because if you take away the things that they can do for you, opposed to you just liking that person or loving that person just because of who they are, then that's when you know that you really like the person. If they don't have none of this and they don't have this and they qualities as this as a person, I think that's genuine. Genuine. But if you love bombing and showering people and giving them stuff, all that's doing is just wheeling them in. And that's what I believe the situation with Kada. Kada was a pretty girl. She knew who she was. She felt good about herself, right? But she probably talked to, she wasn't settled down. She don't have no kids. She 23 and ain't have no children. She graduated, had a job, her little car and stuff. I like that because most people, these girls, they don't date. They don't talk to guys. I guess this day and time you can't talk to guys or date because that's what she was doing. And hey boo, she got she got she got ill from just being a young adult, having fun, talking to people. And you can't just talk. You can talk, but you just gotta be mindful in this day and time of who you gonna associate with. You gotta really pick and choose your battles. You do. As far as with people, but you gotta pick and choose your battles anyway. You know what I'm saying? And here, they cutting off, the government is closed, they cutting off the food stamps and all that kind of stuff. I don't get stamps anyway, but for those that do, I feel, ways. But even if I did, that's why I feel the way I do to grow my vegetables and stuff. I haven't mastered it all the way where I have a whole bunch of vegetables to eat for a long time, but practice makes perfect. So I might get two or three things off of each thing, but as I do it and I stick to it, once I get my my situation together as far as my legs and my hips and stuff, then I can kind of do better. But this world that we in is so sad. It's so sad, and you have to take and talk to your children, really talk to your children, and take and be monitoring of how much TV they can watch. Now, when I worked for I'm retired from the school district, but when I worked, when I was doing, when I was working rather, I worked with a few teachers that didn't let their children watch TV, and I thought that was so weird. And I would always say, how they just don't let their kids? My kids don't watch no TV, and I'm like, well, what do they do? He like they read books. I get it. I made my children read books and stuff like that too, but there's no TV at all. But I get it. I get it. You have to. You really have to. And at this day and time, other people can creep in. They creep in, manipulate, love bomb, tell the kids I'm gonna get you or whatever the case may be, and that's how that goes. This girl was lauded. She only knew that guy for 1 week. Now he lived in her neighborhood and other people knew of her because she was in college. She worked all the time. So she was here and there. So I'm going to post some stuff because I made the video. You got to check this story out. But guess what? Girlfriend, I'm going to the court, to the hearing. I'm gonna go to the preliminary up there with my walker. Yes, I am. I'm gonna be outside because I have to, because the the government, and I'm sorry, I hope they ain't the what's the name? They just, it's just not right. It's not right. This world we in, this thing called life we in, it's not checkers. It's not checkers. It's chess, dog. Chess. For real. And you gotta learn how to play. If you don't know how to play, you better learn how to play. For real. I'm talking about the real chess. Cause you gotta move just like that. Just like that. You don't know who to trust. Anytime you can go to the police, and we see that on TV, but when I'm talking about, this is close to home for me. So anytime you can see on the television when a person is let go, of a horrific thing he did already. Like he done strangled somebody else. Let me see if I can post the thing. No. Let me wait. How I do it? Okay. Now let me see. Wait 1 second, y'all. I don't have it on this. Did I take? I took and erased all that. I wanted to show y'all a little skit, but I erased it. Where Kada at? So I can't do it off this phone. I thought I was gonna be able to show. How I get the green screen off? I forgot. Yo, your girl, shut the door. I'm here, girl. I was trying. Oh my gosh, yo. Oh, there I go, yo. So yeah, so I was trying to I got some stuff on here. I'm gonna post another video because they found the body where they went to look 2 times. Hey, Stormy having a fit this morning. Smooches, my mom. So they found her body Monday. But the body was where they went the first time, and then the police said, we had 300 cadets out. We covered the ground. They found her phone, her iPhone, and all those things. Matter of fact, she was missing since the 4th. They didn't start looking until the 9th. 5 days they start looking for her. The first 48 hours is the crucial time when somebody is missing. They tell you that. And then here, where we live at, you got 48, you got to wait 48 hours to report a missing person, which don't make sense to me. But they start looking for her 5 days afterwards. And then it wasn't the police that started. It was the community. The community, for people was coming from Texas, all over the world, all over our nation, to come look for this girl. And the funny part about it is the mom give me like an eerie thing. The mom, y'all gotta check the mom out. If you look at the mom, somebody please go look at the video and look at the mom. The mom give me like an eerie feeling. Like I don't understand that emotion that she had, and the little smirk. It was like, hit, that hit. Your kid is missing, and all you got is hit. Yo, that's weird to me too. So there's a lot of weirdness with this, and the stuff is going to unfold. So They went to look at the school once. They found her belongings, and they said no sign of her. All right. Then they said that they got the 300 cadets that scoured the place. When they had the news conference, they said, asked them, did y'all cover the whole area? They said, yes, we covered the whole area. So somebody in the neighborhood told them to go back and check the second time, right? So they go to another park. They go to the Fairmount Park because there's a school, which is Ada Lewis, and right next to Ada Lewis is like a state park where they have the swimming pools. You can have cookouts and stuff like that. That's what we have here in our state. They have different national parks where it's free, and you go and they have, you can go chill, pregnant cookouts, family reunions. They have that. So that's what this type of place this was. So she was in between the school and the recreation center. But he killed her the first day. Soon as he got her, she only lived like 20, 30 minutes, they said, after that he had took her and drove off. So he had killed her right away. And they had already, them 4 days in between, they was digging up the grave to put her in. So just imagine, he shot her and left her in the car. So rigor mortis set in for the day or two until they got her in the ground. So he got what's that, to a corpse? He got abuse to a corpse. So that means that they had to they had to take and do whatever they had to do to get her out of the car, because if you there's no way, if the police came, they would take and cut the car all up to get the person out. So they took and had to tear all up to get her out of there to even put her in the ground. So she was in a shallow grave. So I'm thinking, when I say shallow, that's probably like a 3 feet, like 2 to 3 feet. So they just put a little dirt over and they put some leaves over and a cardboard, right? But I don't believe, now they say that on the camera they seen them moving the body like the 2 day after she sat that day. The next day they seen on the camera, they got the surveillance from the park, but there's nursing home where where she was taken from, no cameras. They don't have no cameras on the inside of the a nursing home or the outside, which is really weird to me. Who the heck wants their family staying in a hotel? I mean, a nursing home, and there's no cameras outside or inside. That's not safe. They should be in trouble. Her family should sue the nursing home. They need to be sued. The school district need to be sued for having that building there, and it's been vacant all that time. And there's nobody, that people sell drugs out of there. They got homeless people in there. And then they said they seen bones from another thing at the place. I don't know how true that is, because you hear a lot of things on social media. You don't see, if I don't see it on the news, I don't stand for it to be correct. You know what I mean? It's just some things you can go for, some things you can't. But I know this say that to say that inside of that place, I showed you a picture from one of the mediums. I don't follow mediums, guys, but you get information from different places. But the medium that talked about this, she was on point. She was on point. That lady was on point, and she is her son and Kada are first cousins. So they have kids by the brothers, because I think it's like 3 brothers of Kada's dad, and then the mom. You don't see the mom. The mom didn't come on the news to do the interview with Fox 29. Just the dad and his 3 brothers. Uh, Kada has a little sister, and her little sister is friends of uh, the girl Gabby. Gabby is the person, that the suspect. Keon, that's his best friend, which is a girl. So Keon and Gabby are best friends, and Gabby lived in front of Kada. They all lived in the same vicinity, like block radius, perpendicular, right? So he always seen her walking her dog. As one girl said, she walks her dog, and the girl gives you the route that she walked her dog on, which is very, very alarming. What is going on? I mean, what is happening. Like you, so what I'm saying, that people watch you. That girl never even knew that this little girl was watching her walk her dog, and she took a video on TikTok the route that Kada takes, and she goes to this store that they have over there. It's like a gas station, and she buys her roll ups. So Keon was a bud seller. He sold bud. And to all of them in the neighborhood, they all smoked bud, and they went to this little gas station or whatever. Because like I said, in that neighborhood, there's no poppy stores, there's none of that stuff. You gotta go drive or something like that. So they have that like one little um uh gas station service area. Usually the Pakistans or something like that have that here. The ones that wear them turbans all big up like that. So they would that's where he would stand out in front of the door. The girl shows. Then they have guys that's out in front of there and they like, yo, hey, speaking to the girl, and then she says, something to them, and they was like, yeah, we know her, we know Kada, boom boom. So they all live in that little community like I used to live in my community, the 2-4 South Side, small side. We all knew each other. Like we all knew each other. We all stuck together like folks when we were coming up. So he sold a bud, and Gabby gave him the drop. Then Keon's brother works at the nursing home too, where Gabby disappeared from. So MK Ultra is a real thing. I used to think all that stuff was far fetched, but it's not far fetched. That stuff is not far fetched. That shit is really going on, and it's not going on just up there with Jay-Z and them. That shit is happening down here low because Boule is dispersed in all our communities. Boule is the black of the nine divine, and then you have white sororities as too, but white sororities are different because the black people join sororities because of their background, where they come from, poor, don't have nothing, boom boom boom. They get into college from maybe playing sports, or you being a valedictorian or whatever. You might get a scholarship to get into Morehouse or wherever like that, and they join those sororities. And I'm gonna take one. I got to get my streaming stuff because I want to do that. I got some literature on sorority and how it start and how it actually works on our level. So, police officers, it's a brotherhood. Even churches is has some type of group because the sororities say that they believe in God, but they believe in their own God. They don't believe in the God creator of heaven and earth and the ones that the normal people believe in, but they believe in that shrine, the deities of the Africans from way back. That's what what's the name? But Masonic order has been going on, which is where the white people, they are Freemasons, the Jews and all those people. Abraham Lincoln was a masonry. The big Mason Masonic building is right next to our city hall here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. That's the Masonic for everybody all over the world. And you only can get in there. I think they have like some type of tour or something like that. But my uncle said he went in there and it was so creepy. He said it was eerie and dark. And it's a real big building right next to William Penn up there at City Hall, where I'm Philadelphia. So I think a lot of people have something to do with Kada. DA is election time. Then the day that they found her body was on that King March all over the world. It was that day. So DA Larry Krasner, he done messed up. So we gonna see whether he get another how they do it with him with this or whatever we gonna see. Um, you had the King's Day that they protested. This is Domestic Violence Month. I'm gonna post it because me and you both. I was just saying to my girlfriend a little while ago. We've been friends since high school, since 1984. Yeah, 41 years. God, thought I'm getting old. But anyway, we were just talking, and I was just saying to her, she's a radiologist. I'm a heart monitor technician. And I haven't done that since, I've been sick. I'm done. But, I have the accolades, if you will. So I was telling her that when we see people we know and they went through the same system that we went to the same college or maybe the same school, we did the same stuff, and then you see them, they might be the president. We think that because of they, not that it doesn't mean that they don't have the skills. That don't mean that they don't have the accolades. But us, this color, we ain't gonna be the top of nothing. They not gonna let you be the top of nothing. So if you see individuals that's the top, like my girlfriend, she is the director of the hospital for the nurses. Me and her come from the same place. We got the same, and we the same color. But come to find out, I was wondering because when I got my kidney taken out in 2018, she came in to ask me the questions and about my who was gonna help me and boom 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 bang boom boom. And I'm like, Dad, Candy, wow, you the director, get out of here. She like, yeah. So me myself, I'm like, wow, how she get that? And I've been trying and boom boom bam boom boom. So no, she the yellow and green one. She the whatever because it's the Divine Nine. She's a yellow and green. So she's a variety. That's how she make it up there. The killer, his mom, Illa, I'm sorry. His mom works at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. She's the director of the research center. Where do they have ninjas working as directors of research? Where in the Mary do they have that at? Tell me somebody. Tell me. No. You in a group. You in that group. That's how it's called high place. It's not what you know, it's who you know in high places. Right? So Keon's dad is a homicide detective. Who's over the homicide detectives? The police commissioner, the DA, district attorney. Yup, district attorney, DA, homicide. Bam. People do it all the time. So when I took and I watched this thing here that I want to watch with y'all, so we can what's the name dialogue together. I just got to get the piece to do it. I didn't even know I was trying to stream, and I was like, I thought I downloaded all this crap on my thing to record it to do this. And I'm like, well, why I can't do screen to screen like everybody else? Oh shoot, you gotta have an extra part. So, anyways, I learned that it's like a 2 hour thing. So I won't do the 2 hours. And maybe y'all might want to do 2 hours. You might want to watch the 2 hours because it is really, really interesting. I didn't know that those people that's in sororities, that is a generational thing. The girl that's talking, she is a Delta Phi, whatever, but she's not in it anymore. And she's in the church, and she's on that side of the fence now. But she said that she the third generation of it. So her grandmom, her mom, and her. But her dad's family, her mom's family, both were what I just said. Delta, whatever, Sigma, boom, boom. So she said that a lot of deaths be around them. And I was like, ooh. So that's why they say sacrificing. So she just a regular Joe. She regular YouTube like you and I. And then she graduated from, where did she go to college in Tennessee? But the stuff you gotta do to get in all that stuff she said, I was like, wow. Some people can do anything for money. I don't know. I don't know. I can't do some things. I just can't. I wouldn't care if you made me a billionaire, and if I gotta eat shit to get it. I mean, literally eat shit to get it. We ain't rocking. I don't need it. I don't need that. I just don't. So I think Kada from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, was a sacrificial lamb. Like I said, she was Miss Philadelphia. She won the pageant for the whole Philly. Yeah, shit, man. She said that we eat shit and piss. That girl said that. You gonna be messed up when I show you the thing. She said that. That's what you gotta do. And the other thing, they beat you half the thing. And then she said in the 70s, hazing wasn't frowned upon. It was cool to haze. You can that was a part of it. Then after I guess people started dying and everything, they abolished the hazing. But no, they didn't. She said it's a underground. You underground. But even though when you join the fraternity and you got to fill out a contract, because you got to fill out a disclaimer thing, disclaimer with all that, and then it has all that on there. And then she said down at the bottom of it, it has that they do haze, but it's just underground hazing. So is it secret? Secret, but that's what's going on. And it's not only that hazing is going on in colleges, they doing it in high schools. They doing it in high schools. So with that being said, we see these high school kids being hung and shit like that. That part. That part. And then they're trafficking and they'll take your kid with them being. I'm gonna tell you, my son was 5. My youngest son was 5. So he was 5. This was 220. Oh shit. 2006. Yeah, 2006. And we was in it. Me and my girlfriend went to this Chinese store. It was pouring down, and it's a good Chinese store that they used to have good food from when we were kids. And that was the only Chinese store that still had the same flavor that was from back in the day. So we said, come on, let's go there. So we go there, it's pouring down. I parked like a little bit up from the place. And we walk. It's a little dead end little shop. We at the corner, we in there. You said, what's that? 1 second. We in the corner store. It's like one of them little triangle places. You just go in, get your food, and come out. So we standing at, me and my girlfriend at the window to order the food, and I had asked for my stuff. No, she asked for hers, and I was standing there, and Brian was saying, Mommy, why is pouring down like that? And I got my hand out there. He was at the door. He had his hand out there to feel the rain, and he said, I can't feel the rain. So when I go to turn around to order my food, so I took my eye off my son, turned around, order my food. My girlfriend, she's facing my son. So I'm ordering my stuff, but when I go to turn around, it was this man. He was like 6'3", and my son was in his arms. So I was like shocked. I was like, put my motherfucking son down. And he was like, you had a lunch 5 more minutes, you would have never seen him again. And he took and darted out the store, out the door. So I said to my son, when the man was holding him up like he was holding him on his hip, and my son didn't say help mom nothing. So I said, well, when everything was over, I ain't even want that food. We got the food when we left, and I was asking him, why didn't you say anything? He said I was trying to, and nothing was coming out. So he was in shock. He couldn't speak. So that was my experience. 2006. So it's really prevalent now. So you got to be careful. Yes. 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 I was scared to death. After that, scared to death. And I ain't never turned around ever since. And I don't even play that. Even with my grandkids, I don't do that. And that's why I tell my son now, I know you might get out the car real quick and leave them right there and you run. No, don't. I don't care if you park in front of my door and run in and run out. Don't do that. You got to take 2 extra minutes to get your kid. I know it might be a lot. Because there's a lot with car seats and all that stuff. I've been through all that shit. So it's better to do that, to take an extra 5 minutes, whether you late or not, because I know with kids, you always rushing. You got to get to work. They got to get here. You got to hurry up. Come on, mama, all that. I did all that stuff. That's why I'm broke up. But facts, watch them. You gotta watch them. You gotta watch them. And I'm just saying what I experienced, and that was years ago. God darn it, they done got crazy. I even seen they traffic. I watched this. So y'all, I'm a what am I? I'm a brain. I like knowledge. I like to know shit, and I don't want to know just what's around me. I want to know what's going on all over the world. I watch just about every state in America. I follow the people that travel through different states to show you the different cities and the different states, what's popping, what's not, how people live, what they doing, how the houses look. So I go from, if it's Michigan, Tennessee, everywhere. I want to see how other people live besides myself. But I know that I came across that they was trafficking 40-year-olds. And I'm like, what? 40? They going to traffic a 40-year-old? When you get 40, your leg be hurting a little bit. Shit. Yo, your leg be hurting a little bit when you get 40. My dad told me that when I turned 35. He was like, don't nobody want no old 30-year-old. And I'm like, 30-year-old? It's not, to myself, it's not old. What in the frick? But yeah, they trafficking old ladies. So guys, you gotta stay on point. Stay on point. Keep your head on the swivel. And watch who you call friends. Yeah, you gotta watch who you call friends. Because you can have a secret enemy. A frenemy is what I call them. A frenemy. You know, you can have a friend that be friends with you forever. And they say, yeah, you're friends. They kick it with you. They laugh. You tell them your stuff, or boom, boom, boom. But in the background, secretly, they hating for real, for real. You can tell when you can talk to a person and you enthuse, and I don't care if y'all been friends forever, you can be family too. You can talk to them and you might be excited about your endeavor or whatever you want to do or what you doing or whatever, and they get real silent. They don't say nothing. That's a red flag. Or if they don't get real silent, they'll be like, right, oh, that's nice, and then skip the subject, and then they don't want to talk about what your endeavor. So those are the things that I learned, that I noticed with that. That's not that. That ain't that. This is not. So um, you gotta kind of watch and tap in, yo. Don't and tap into your first mind, because your first mind is the right one. You know, when it comes to second and third, we trying to figure it out and get, no, that ain't that. The first mind. So I used to think that I was an overthinker. I am an overthinker. I'm not gonna say I'm not. I don't complicate things too much, but I pick everything apart. I do. From a picture to what you say and how you act. I'm big on how people act. I really am, because that just tells everything, you know. I can sit here and smile and be like, nah, nah. But my behavior, you'll see in my behavior, my eyes or whatever, it tells everything. The windows of your soul. You can tell what's genuine and what's not. You know, I bought friends all my life because I'm an only kid. I'm an only child that my mom has. Then my dad has, wherever your dad lay his head is his home. You know, but my daddy was my favorite person. You over? My dad was my favorite person. I am my dad. That's what I am. I am reincarnated, but um I just lost my train of thought. Doggone it. When you asked me what's that? I forgot what I said when you asked me what's that. Is it about a sorority? I forgot. You gotta help me out a little bit. I overanalyze too. Sometimes I go a little bit too far. But oh, hazing is when you drink. So that what they do is they make you drink and you get alcohol poisoning. So everybody can't handle a lot. You might have to drink a fifth of liquor to drink it all the way down and stuff. Yeah, so that's what that is, hazing, or beating you. Some people, I was a movie that I watched a few years ago. It was a good movie about fraternity, and the man, the guy that was on, he only did it because that's what his dad said he had to do, and then his dad was the dean of the college. That was really good. But one of the guys had a seizure on there. And that's when he was like, you not supposed to take them to the hospital or nothing. If they have a seizure, you supposed to leave. He was like, I don't care. I'm gonna take him to the emergency and drop him off, but you would be in trouble. And he didn't care. He just was like, this is it. This is it, y'all. But they do bad stuff, but they not able to tell about it. My girlfriend, Cindy, her niece went to Bloomsburg. She's a Delta. That's the red one. Delta, yeah, the red one. The one to do the pyramid sign like Jay Z, because all of them got a different tap in thing symbol they use. Some of them use the go head. Some of them use the triangle pyramid sign. So Deltas use the pyramid sign, and they try to switch it to the love or whatever like that. But anyways, she passed, but they took and made her go out in the field, like where they found that girl at in the dark, where it's so dark you can't even see nothing. You just hear them crickets. Out there where you live at, that's how in south and down south. Dark as shit. So yeah, so that's where they took and left her out there. She had to walk back like 2 days to get back. But it's like a place where you don't know where you are. So no money, no phone, no nothing. So that was one of the things that she had to do. And I know she had to eat something that she didn't like, some kind of brain or something, or animal. So, anyways, that was the two things that the mom told me that she had to do. And I was like, who the hell? What is going on? I didn't know that you had to do like things that's detrimental to join, to join a thing. Like, the fuck is going on? I'm going hurt. And then that the lady said that they pay dues $500 a month. It depends on, I guess, the whichever entity you in. 500 a month. She said because the chapter is broke. The chapter is I guess that's their church. With whatever that lodge thing that they go to, that's their church where they go and do whatever they do. But my girlfriend's son was murdered. The girl pledged. Now I ain't going, I ain't never say it to her, but in my heart, the day that I was diagnosed cancer is the day that her son was murdered. And I remember that day like it's yesterday. I remember it like it was yesterday. Cause I got two bad newses on the same day. And then the thing about it is my girlfriend didn't call me. I seen it on Facebook. So I had to go to doctors to get my final no. I wasn't diagnosed. That was the day that no, yeah. So okay. I was diagnosed with a tumor that was malignant of November 19th, 2014. And then they did the tumor. Then I had to get a biopsy. Okay. So the day I got the biopsy. The day I got the test from the biopsy to say how big it was, and boom, 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 was the day her son was murdered. So her son wasn't living with the mom because they were displaced. They were evicted, so they wasn't living. So the mom, she had four kids. One that was older, the two oldest one, and two younger ones. So the two youngest ones went with her and her at her sister house. And her son that was murdered stayed with the Delta girl because they twins. They two twins that went to Blumberry, but one pledged and one didn't. So the one that pledged, she's the director of the Boy and Girls Club, the PAL, here in Philadelphia. She's the director of that. But the sister that didn't pledge, she worked at DSW Warehouse Shoes, but she the manager there. So that's the difference I'm trying to get across. But my girlfriend's son was murdered the time that she um did her little due diligence. All in that year time, that year and a half. Cause yeah, she had just graduated. Her and the twins, they lived together. So he lived with both of them because the twins they lived it. That matter of fact, they just separated like the last 2 years to move on and get their own place. But it just was kind of this ironic because I kind of know that they was doing sacrifices, but not on that level of it. I didn't know it was that prevalent down on the low part. I just thought they just were sacrificing the people that was in the entertainment thing. I didn't know that people was getting sacrificed like you or down here like you and us, like regular folk. Cause they not doing it to get money from you or anything like that. They doing it to get money from whomever that's gonna pay them to. So it's sort of like a hit, basically. If you ask me, shoot, if you ask me, that thing is vicious. So I just stay out the way. I'm gonna get my legs and stuff done, and then I'm gonna go out and do some ministry. And my food truck, I'm a minister on the food truck and feed the homeless sometimes. That's my objective. I'm gonna take my food truck and go all over everywhere in the state. Just pull up and make my stuff, stay a couple days, venture off, and then bring myself back. Yeah, then bring myself back. That's one of the things. And I don't gotta take and have my food truck every day. I don't wanna do it. I don't gotta work every day. I just wanna, just do my little thing. I made cranberry and orange. I was gonna make cranberry and orange muffins because they have a thing called Corner Bakery here. Corner Bakery, their coffee is like so strong. You gonna jump around, for real. But they make some good muffins. But when they must don't make that many because when you go in there, like I usually go when I have an appointment, and my appointments be early in the morning. I always like to get one of those or either a croissant and my coffee. But they don't never had them cranberry things. But the joints is like $6. So I said I'm gonna make my own. So I said yesterday, my son, cause I had fell. Uh, Hello.
Hi, this is the transportation. Are you going to your appointment today?
Oh yes, I am, ma'am. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm going to my appointment. Sorry, y'all. Yes.
Okay, can you be ready at around 11:45?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye. I'm sorry, y'all. Of course, that's my job. I got another appointment. Dude, I was taken to a while ago. His nephew was getting into. I told him he was going to. Yeah, yup. No, but that's the truth. That's facts. You gotta. That's how that go. That's how, and it's weird, but that's what. Whatever the higher ups get, they rocks off. Like we get our rocks off a regular. I think that's, or it's just like certain practices of people's. I don't know. I say religion because religion is a lifestyle. It's not about your spiritual with belief or what you believe in having a personal relationship because it's about having a personal relationship with God. It's not about the religion because religion is just a rule of to keep people in order to tell them what they got to do. Muslims, you got to wear that. This, you got to do that. Christians, you got to fall down. You know what I mean? This person, you got to booty. Got all that is this a way that people celebrate or praise whomever that is. I just believe in one God, one creator, one person for heaven and earth. he ain't, his name is one name, and people call him all different names that they gonna call him. But religion, I've been in it all my life. I just, that's this, is this a thing? I was born Catholic. I went to Catholic school. And my mom made me go there. I hated that crap. I hated it. So, anyways, I've decided to change my religion once I was diagnosed, 1999, July 13th. Then I went back to church. Then I changed and I would became to be Baptist. Now I don't mess with none of that stuff because they be praying over you, and there's a difference. Pray and then there's Prey is a difference. And I know somebody prayed over somebody to have lockjaw, and that lady got kidney failure. And we was all together, and I went to the hospital. Me, that lady that prayed over her kidney, we prayed together for the lady to get well. And I'm gonna tell you, Mother's Day, went to church with that girl, and we prayed over that lady at that church. And I came back, my motherfucking kidney went bad. I had to get a whole kidney taken out. So I'm just saying, I don't mess around. I don't mess with that. I don't need nobody to pray for me. I ain't gonna ask nobody to pray for me because I can pray by myself. I don't need a third party. Now, if one, two, or three of us gather together and we gonna pray together, we pray together. But all that, I don't need that. I don't need nobody to pray for me. Cause me and God, we friends. All I do is call on him. Hey, yo, it's me, Erica. Mm-hmm. That's the last bit of my coffee. I can have another one. I gotta go to the doctor's at 1, the pain management. So I go there today, and tomorrow I go to the Y, and then I have my app on the Y, 360. So when you go to the Y, if you got an app, just so I can get my rewards and my or whatever, I can do video there, y'all. Yeah, I can do the video there, and I get points for doing the video. So that's the part. That's the part about it. But I'm with a lot of bages, and they be arguing over their spot in the water. Yo, girl, you gotta be there like extra early. So tomorrow I'll go because today I'm gonna have exercise. Because by the time I walk from the post office to the doctor's office after they drop me off, then walk back to where they gotta pick me up at and get in the car and get out the car. That's my exercise for the day. So tomorrow I'll 9:30 I'll be out of here to go to my little Y appointment. So that's that. And then I got a whole 12 months for surgery because that's how long they give you the date out. But they accepted me because my doctor that I go to regularly, they wouldn't accept me. But I'm this color. So listen, guys, with your insurance that you have, our insurance, our health insurance, our car insurance, our house insurance, our life insurance, they treat us bad. We don't get the same perks that the beiges get, right? So that's the part. You pay your money into it. It's craziness. It's a ripoff. It's a freaking ripoff. So anyway, I went to Temple Hospital. Temple is the Temple School uh, college, but they have a hospital and they do sports medicine. So they gonna do my hips and my knees. Yo, I'm gonna be a robot. I'm gonna be like, but I'm gonna drop it down. I can't wait to drop it down. You don't even know, girlfriend. I used to get it. Yo. That's why I like so many dance videos. I can't even move because my hips don't move. But I am. We gotta do our when you get a chance, think of something so we can go and do our piano thing. And then Peach, we can do piano health as well. Cause with her cancer surviving thing, we can hook up and we gotta hook up, yo. So whenever you get a chance, I'm always busy. I'm trying to get in to stay consistent, to show up. I did my meet me in the kitchen last week. I kind of lost my custom my watch from last time because I stopped for a month or two. So I gotta regain my kitchen thing up. But I got mushrooms. I bought the mushrooms, and I'm gonna do a live so I can show you how to grow your own mushrooms in the house. Okay, we can do that. Show just you the savvy person with all the technology. You got to come on Discord to show me and Peach because we don't know. I look at your stuff and try to figure out how to make that movie thing with the animated. Mine's did okay. It was the one with the leaves on it, but my screen kept it didn't go right. But yeah, I didn't. I got Discord on here. I don't know what to do with it. Well, I never really had no friends that I really talked to on here. You and Peach, all my friends. I don't. I got the goosebumps I feel from y'all all the way through the. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? On the Discord, I downloaded the app. I don't know what to do with it. But if I go on there, I'm gonna be Flower Child, like on here. Is that how they do that? I'm gonna be Flower Child. I'm gonna take in Green Rising Sun. I'm gonna take and download. Yeah, she laughing, yo. So I'm gonna down. I got to download. I just downloaded it because I go see what other people have on their thing, and I be like, oh. So I got so much ran out of storage on my phone. I gotta keep adding. I don't know what be going. I be download. I got StreamYard. I got OBS Studio on my thing. I got Discord. Ask me what to do with that shit. And then I had the web page so I can post my stuff on there, and I wasn't able to get that right because they keep saying that I gotta get all these what you call those the internet thing, not the internet, what you call that www website. So I got a website. Then they told me to get another website. Then I supposed to get how many websites you need on here? I'm not paying for all that. So Wix I tried, Shopify I did before. Okay, so all right, so yeah. So tell me a time that we can, cause Peach is 3 hours back. She 3 hours back. So we gotta figure out, and then like I get up at 4 in the morning. So I be kind of like tired, like around like 6. I be tired. So if you let me know, then I'll take and cause I get it, make it all for our Discord. Then I'll make my face up, and I gotta get my eyebrows arched and stuff. I ain't been really like doing all that because I've been going to the gym, and then I ain't getting no pedicure because I keep getting in the water, and that be messing up your pedicure. But I gotta get my foot my foot's done. I swear that's what I live for. But anyways, uh we'll get together. I gave you my number. Did I ever text you my regular number? You can have my number. My phone number I had for since 1997. I got the same number. I did hair forever, so I never changed my number because I can always do a head to make $1. I'm a hustler. I don't turn nothing down but sex. Oh, you did text me a while ago. But I take mushrooms. Yo, I gotta remember. Let me, the text come off. You text me. Can you text me now? So I can put your name in there. All right, nah, nah. Nah, 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 nah. Yeah, yo. I am silly, yo. I'm a silly rabbit. I am a silly rabbit. So I am going to, because I got to order my thing tomorrow. It's so that streaming piece, right, is a piece. You just put in the thing. They got one for 59, 69, 39. I don't got to get no DVR box or nothing, even though I have a DVR box. But I just need that little piece to do streaming, right? I got you. I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. Yeah, so that's what I think is in my cart. I gotta get it tomorrow. I have money tomorrow. So I can stream because I want to show that boule stuff. I'm in on it. What I gotta get? I have OBX. It asked me for a decoder or something. When I try to stream on the stream it to go live and stream so I can show the stuff. That ain't that how you do it? Yeah, that's what I think. I don't know. So if I wanna do it live and I wanna stream, like I wanna talk about the CDC and the medical stuff, cause I'm medical. I'm over here. I'm one of the people, but I didn't want to practice no more after I need 70 credits for a bachelor of science in nurses. I don't want to push those injections. It is downloaded already on your computer. Yeah, I have it on my laptop. So then what? It's saying pay something on there. Yeah, so you would have to kind of walk me through it, I think. But I'm a visual learner. I can't learn by listening. I gotta like see it, kind of. So I downloaded on my. I got OBS on my phone. Let me show you. I put it on my phone, and I put it on. It's on my laptop. It say OBS camera. So this is my OBS camera. So then it just says start camera. Then when I start the camera on here, it asks me to pay something. Connect your iPhone or iPad to your computer using USB cable and ensure it is recognized by OBS Studio. So this is what I was having a problem with. I had took and used my UBS cable to my laptop, and I don't know what it didn't do anything. Yeah, I got a camera on my laptop. Yes. Yeah, I want to use the camera on the laptop. So I don't have to have this on my phone. I can take this app off. Then I got Easy Cast on here too. I have Easy Cast. I download it on here. And that's what I thought I'd do to share the screen. Oh, no phone. Okay. All right, well, let me take this off. Oh, did I pay for it? I think I paid for that. Doggone. So that's what I'm talking about. And then look, I have this one too. Wait, let me see. I got this one too. I downloaded. I paid $9.99 for the lifetime. This is supposed to be record so I can commentate. And I don't know what this. So I don't know. You supposed to download. You take and react to the thing. To react to this. So that's it. This is a lot of homework over here. So I think I'll get it out cause I can do the commentary for this Kada Scott. I wanted to do that for her. Oh, let me see. So yeah, so that's what I have to do. Yeah, I had that used to use the free version, but you can do all that in OBS. I can walk you through. Okay. All right, well when you get time, then what's the name? When you get time, And you let me know when you're available. And I got a love offering for you. So yeah, so let me know, and then we got to do the Discord. I'm gonna reach out to Pete. You reach out to her too, and so we can come up with a topic, and we can kind of make that our maybe a weekly thing or something. I think that'll be decent. I think that'll be decent because you know a lot of people are lost. And if you don't bring it to the frontal lobe, because this is where all our information is stored here, if you don't bring something out or plant the seed, if you will, because we can plant all kind of seeds. They don't have to be literally. They can be figuratively seeds. Planting seeds where people will think about it, or they say, "Damn, I heard that before." Like I said, "Oh yeah, that came across me. I heard that before." But just to plant a thing because everybody's in their own place and people are struggling and surviving and trying to work and make ends meet, and you need 50 jobs. The first you used to work three like a Jamaican, because I used to work three jobs like a Jamaican. Now you need 10 jobs. Like I don't know who does that. Yo, but I'm serious. It's hard out there. It's hard out here. You hear me? So people are so on that for the ones that don't tap into God. You know what I mean? Because that's who really actually makes it possible for us. I'm over here. I'm blessed. I don't need anything. I have everything that I need. I might not have all the things I want, but and I really don't want nothing but a bathroom with a jacuzzi in it and a refrigerator. I don't got to bend down to see what's in it, and a big bedroom that I can take and put all my. I got so much stuff, y'all. It's ridiculous, and it's like little stuff. It ain't big shit. It's little knickknacks and stuff. So I have to figure that out. But y'all, thanks for tuning in. I love y'all. And thankful Thursday. Every day is to be thankful for when you got 1 foot above the dirt. 1 foot above the dirt. Yeah, we're blessed. Love ya. I'm going to go. Be encouraged. Watch your circle. Who you be around, because they will try to set you up if it's not the good people. And like minds are like iron sharpens iron. It really do. So we can tap into like minds, it'll be a little better. And don't remember, guys, health is wealth.